Brought to you by Penguin.
A Christmas Wish for the Land Girls by Jenny Holmes. Read by Janine Birkett. Chapter 1. Are you sure we should go ahead? Una Sharp glanced at the circle of candle-lit faces gathered around the table in the common room of Fieldhead Women's Land Army Hostel. A low fire settled in the grate, while outside in the dark night a strong wind gusted through the elm trees. Brenda Appleby set the Ouija board down on the table.
Yes, come along, Una. It's only a bit of fun. Fun, that's all it is.
Where's the thingamajig, the planchette? Several high-spirited voices let an uneasy Una know that she was in a minority of one. Brenda produced a heart-shaped piece of wood from the box, then placed it in the centre of the board.
Here it is. Now, do we all know what to do? We ask it a question.
It turned out that, of all people, fun-loving modern go-getter Kathleen Hurst was adept at contacting the dead.
Starting with an easy one, such as, how many people are in this room? Then we wait for it to give us an answer.
In the flickering candlelight, Una studied the letters and numbers on the board. She ought not to be so silly, she told herself. What harm could there possibly be in joining in? And yet...
Ready?
Brenda asked.
And willing.
Kathleen was the first to place her finger on the planchette.
My Grandma Hurst was a dab hand at this lark. She could conjure up the spirit of her dead brother at the drop of a hat.
5 other fingers joined hers, delicately poised and ready to begin. Only Una hesitated. And yet... death was already far too present in this, the 3rd year of the Second World War. Allied soldiers perished daily in the blazing deserts of North Africa. Naval men went down with their ships in the Atlantic, not to mention the brave RAF boys brought down by ack-ack guns or blown to smithereens by their German counterparts. Following her gut feeling, Una scraped back her chair and stood up. "I'm sorry, girls, I have a letter to write," she said, by way of an excuse, as she made her way to the door.
To lover boy Angelo, no doubt.
Kathleen raised a critical eyebrow over Una's affair with the Italian POW.
Mi amore, la la la.
Una ignored the cascade of light laughter from inside the room. In the cold, tiled hallway, she bumped into Joyce Cutler, who was descending the wide stairs in her thick Land Army coat and pork-pie hat. She was on her way to help an elderly, widowed neighbour who had telephoned the hostel to tell the warden that 2 of her pigs had escaped into the field behind the farmhouse. "Hello, Una. What are they up to in there?"
"Nothing much. Some spiritualist nonsense, that's all."
"Aha. Not the old Ouija board. Who's the ringleader? Now, let me guess. Kathleen." Una shook her head.
"Brenda this time. I didn't fancy joining in, though."
"I don't blame you." Joyce picked up on her roommate's uneasiness. She, too, had her doubts about this fashionable dabbling with the spirits of the dead. Not that she believed in it exactly. She just thought it might lead to no good.
"Listen, Una, I know Sunday is our day off, and it's already pitch black outside, but Peggy Russell has mislaid 2 of her prime porkers. I don't suppose you fancy helping me to recapture the ungrateful blighters?"
Una gave a quick nod, then sprinted up the stairs.
"Hang on a second, while I fetch my coat."
"Bring a torch," Joyce called after her, "and we'll need gumboots for that boggy field. I'll meet you outside the back door." In the dimly lit common room, Kathleen volunteered to ask the first question of the ghostly presence.
"What year is this?"
The girls leaned forward to concentrate on the heart-shaped planchette. Their pupils were dilated. Their chapped, work-worn fingers trembled with anticipation. Slowly.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?